Welcome to Southwest Florida Fishing Channel. This is Captain G. Today I'm going to show you how to make a rig that you can bottom fish and drift along on some hard bottom. You know, maybe you're out in 85 and 100 feet of water looking for some grouper, some tuna, you know, a variety of fish, some large snappers. So, I'm going to go over some of the basics. The first thing that you're going to need is some leader. Right here I've got some 100-pound leader monofilament. I have a crimping tool. This is one of the most handy things if you're making your own rigs and you're going for the big fish, to have a crimping tool. I've got a 16-ounce ledge sinker, 16-ounce ledge sinker. So why do you need 16 ounces? Because we want to keep that bait on the bottom, and we want to control, because a lot of times we're using live bait, and we want to make sure that you know, it doesn't drift out away from the boat, that, you know, we're moving along. You'll see. 16 ounce. Okay, and you'll need some 3-way swivels. These are 75-pound test, the number 2 3-way swivel. I'll take one of those out. That's what it looks like. Okay. The next thing you're going to need some circle hooks. I mean, you could use aught-4 all the way up to aught-8. Today I'm going to use a aught-4 circle hook, and they call these octopus hooks, but I don't know why. They're not catching any octopus. So I'm going to try to. These packages are not user friendly all the time, but so I'm going to take out an aught-4 circle hook, and I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4 crimps. So this is these are copper, 1 millimeter by 7 millimeter, double barrel crimp. So you're going to make sure that the crimp matches up. So I took 4 out because I think I'm going to need 4. So double barrel crimps, a measuring device of some sort. This is 18 inches, which I really like. I like the 18 inches. So I'm going to get some of my leader out, and the first one I'm going to measure off is 18 inches. So I got 18 inches. Okay. So this is where I'm going to make my 3-inch loop. So I'm going to take one of my crimps, and when you're using pliers to cut your leader, it's a good idea to cut. I didn't do it this time, but cut it on an angle so it makes more of a point. Makes it a little bit easier. So I'm going to make a 3-inch loop. 3-inch loop, yeah. I'm going to make a 3-inch loop. So I'll squeeze this together. When I squeeze it together, it measures out to 3 inches. So yeah, there we go. So you can see that I leave about 1/4 of an inch on this end. take my crimping tool and I match it up on here. It's the first notch, the first crimp is for 1 millimeter. So I go to one end of the crimp, crimp it tight. After you do this for a while, you get an idea of how much pressure you need to put on your crimp. So somewhere in here I made a mistake, because that'll work. Okay, so I did 18 inches. I think 24 will work better now that I'm saying that, but this will be fine. So I am going to cut this on an angle, make it a little bit easier for myself. Yeah, that'll be okay. So I'm going to attach one end, this end. This is for my weight. I'm going to attach that to the three-way swivel. Okay. So leave a little bit on the end there, 1/4 inch. This loop doesn't need to be very big. Take my crimping tool once again, match it up to the proper slot. Well, that crimp is not as tight as it should be, so I'm going to apply a little bit more pressure to the end here. There we go. Yeah, we'll move around okay. So the next one, I'm going to get some more leader off here. So this leader will be for the line, the leader that goes to your rod. And I will make this 18, I will make this 24. So 18 and 6, 24. So making this one 24, cutting it on an angle. Okay. So yeah. So take a look at your three-way swivel. So you know you're going to have it. So one goes off to the side. This goes to your weight. This one's going to go to your rod. So I put my crimp on first. Okay. Little loop. Get my crimping tool. That one's good. Now at this end that I'm going to attach, I usually leave a swivel snap on the end of my rod, the line on my rod, so I can just attach real easy. So on this end that's going to go to the rod, I'm just going to make a loop. Now this I'm going to attach to the snap and swivel with the snap on my rod. Crimp. I like to crimp like one end and then the other. So I'm going to test this a little bit here. I'm going to take my hook. Yeah, we're good to go. So now I've got the top and the bottom. All I need is the business end for the hook. So this I'm going to make 18 inches. Okay. Put this on an angle. One, two, three. Looks like I lost the crimp bar. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I must have lost a crimp somewhere along the lines here, along the way. I'll take out another crimp. Okay. So this is actually I'm going to need 2 more. I wasn't counting properly. So I'm going to run this through the back of my hook. Oh, got to put the crimp on there first. You should have caught that. Run it through the back of the hook, like so. Run this back through the crimp. Okay, leave like a 1/4 of an inch there. This way the bait can move around. A lot of action there. Okay. Take my crimping tool. Nice and tight. Nice and tight. Now, I do need another crimp. Where have all my crimps gone, David? So, now I'm going to attach my hook end, the bait. This is the business end, where you're going to put your bait, could be cut bait, could be live bait, onto the 3-way swivel. By doing it this way, you can, if you make the investment into a crimping tool, you can make your own rigs, you can make them the way you want them. So, big loop end, 16 ounce. Now if you're in just super calm, 20 feet of water, you could put a 12 on here. Doesn't have to be a 16. So I put that on. This end goes to my rod and reel. Live bait is out here swimming around. Bang! You caught a big fish. Now that's an 0.4, but you can catch a large 40, 50 pound grouper on that hook right there. As long as you have some hook exposed on your bait. Now, some people prefer to use a little bit bigger hook. You can try different ones out, but I mean, an 0.4, and the reason there is that the smaller tackle you use, fish can't see it. So when you're done at the end of the day, you can just take that weight off so it's not flopping around on your boat. You can disconnect this end from your rod. You'll want to set this aside. You know, you're going to want to wash this off in fresh water. Let it dry before you put it away. Well, I let them hang in my garage for a day or two to make sure everything is just super dry, clean. Use it over and over again. So there we have it. Need a ruler. Need some 100-pound to 120-pound monofilament test. Need a ledge sinker. Need some circle hooks, 0.4 up to 0.8. Some 0.8s right here. You can see how much bigger they are. Swivels. Three-way swivels. Three-way swivels, hooks, crimping tool, and best thing you can do is make up 4 or 5 of these rigs ahead of time. Take them out when you go fishing. Even if you're going out on a charter boat, if you're going out on one of these head boats with 25 other people, and you don't have to use their rigs in most cases. You could bring one of your own rigs that's going to catch a lot of fish. So something to think about. So I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe to our channel, give us a like, tell your fishing friends about Southwest Florida Fishing Channel, Southwest Florida Fishing Channel. Captain G, till next time. And my remote's not working to my camera, so I have to reach up back here to turn the camera off. So apologize. Got to get that fixed. Thank you.